Fanspeak, where the plan runs deep. The team grind hard, don't eat, don't sleep. From best ball dreams to DFS streaks, they help you print money every single week. Fanspeak. No cap, no gimmicks, we breaking limits. NFL bets, yeah, we live this business. Megan Steve, that OG vision. Draft room killers on a lifelong mission. More stress to the Sunday spread. Fanspeak's that voice that's inside your head. Best ball, DFS, NFL bets. They built it brick by brick, no regrets. Fanspeak team, printing money since day one. Fanspeak, forever.
Welcome back. First day of Best Ball Summer, Talking Ball with Steve Speak, our Best Ball lunch break. We are back. We are live. We finally got post-draft contest, BBM. All sites are now up. Of course, we're going to talk about BBM and Underdog today. I haven't even gotten a chance to look at the new DraftKings tournament and haven't really done much with drafters yet either. So we are going to be into the Underdog first, but we will definitely be covering all these sites, all these contests as we get into it. And yes, Underdog launched 5 contests: BBM, Eliminator, Weekly Winners, Puppy 1, I'm assuming, and then the Big Dog. The Eliminator and Weekly Winners seem to be the exact same format as last year. And we'll get into those as well. I generally think they're better to draft later in the year than early, but the Puppy and the BBM both had some changes. So let's look at the BBM first. And, top prize, $2 million, second place, $1 million. The change here, though, is, of course, in the advance rate and some of the structure. It's 2 of 12, like normal, out of round 1, weeks 1 through 14. Semifinals week is now 1 of 14 instead of 1 of 16. And then, quarterfinals week is 1 of 14. And then semifinals week is 1 of 12 instead of 1 of 13. So that leaves us with the 667-person final. They did, despite doing that, were able to keep everyone who makes finals gets their money back. So you need to then finish in the top 300 to make more than that. And, goes up 750, 1,000, 2,000. If you get in the top 100, you essentially double what a max entry would be. And, just some other notable differences, like you get your money back for making playoffs. And then if you make it to the semifinals, it's almost like 3 times semifinals, you're almost guaranteed 3 times your money. And then, this 668 to 1334. So second place in the semifinals weeks would get 1,000. Third place would get 500. So there's some payouts there as well. So getting to semifinals is really, really important. Quarterfinals is nice, but I actually think in many ways, building a strong week 15 is going to be key. Obviously, we don't know schedule yet. We'll know that in about 2 weeks. But yeah, I think building through week 15, because there's just such a jump from just getting your money back, and don't get me wrong, regular advancing is key. You can't build for week 15 if you can't get out of weeks 1 through 14. But then to at least essentially triple your money for every semifinals team you'd have, with the opportunity of 500, 1,000, and of course the finals opportunity. So, and just the fact that both of those are better, so essentially you look at it, the top 3 places in the semifinals are making a significant ROI on a singular team, and even could cover quite a few teams. So that's nice to see. I'm glad to see that. They've always had that to an extent, but the fact that it was, just harder, harder to get there, and B, even there was 1 of 13, made it, just less palatable. So essentially a quarter of the teams who make it to the semifinals are going to get at least $500, is one way to look at it. They do still have the regular season prize pool that is $100K up top. Top 10,000 teams get $100, so you get 4 times your entry. I know not everyone is for that. I actually like it quite a bit. Obviously, it's very top heavy. Only the top 1,000 get more than that. Personally, I would have said make this 50K and adjust down and have just more money throughout. So it's not. I personally would like this to be a little less top heavy. I understand 100K sounds like a great prize. I think most people would appreciate 50K up top and adjusting down just so finishing top 100 would then maybe be 1,000 and et cetera down the line. But overall, I'm very pleased. They seem to be listening to consumers who have been frustrated. That's a good thing. That's what we want. We want companies to listen to consumers and build products that I think are better for us. So I think it's great Underdog did that. And speaking of, let's go over to the puppy. Puppy also adjusted, same size, 225, $5 entry, 1 million in prizes. So the puppy 2 of 12 initially, then 1 of 10, which it's been that, but then it's 1 of 6 to a 625 person final. There had been some debate. It could have been a couple different ways they handled this, and the finals could have been bigger. The 1 of 10 is still a lot, but again, I like being rewarded to get to semifinals. Like even for these lotto type tournaments, getting through one gauntlet round at 10% and then to go to a 1 of 6, I think it's a big advantage. And then 625 people, so it's it's a little bigger, and some people won't like you don't max your money. You have to get in the top 200 to max your money. But overall, I think it's pretty good. What's interesting, if I remember correctly, and this is a little different. There's no you're either in the semifinals, which now it's 1 of 6, so that's better. You either first get your $500 and advance to the finals, or you're just getting $30. I remember last year, I know it was 25 because I remember it being 5 times the money to just get to semifinals. So it's a little better to get to semifinals, but there is no second place team. You're either first or you're last in semifinals. But I think it's fine, 1 of 6 style. And overall, I think it's really good. Obviously, still having that top prize, 100K, big prizes. For a $5 entry, to have 10 prizes of 5 figures, I think is very fun and nice little lotto. And as we know, they're likely to run multiple puppies this year. So very exciting time for best ball. I like them kind of listening to the fan base and just making it easier for us to profit on this. Let me hit up chat and then we'll get into our first draft. Mike saying, it's time, Steve. Tell the bingo ladies you'll see them, lady. The Husky Hammer is other work to put in. Aiden saying, I don't know if you heard, Steve, but Claire Kittle on her podcast said Kittle was progressing through his rehab well, even though the 49ers like to lie. How many picks will you move age 33 Kittle up? Probably not many until we get in deep into the weeds of this summer. Aiden saying, can't wait to draft puppy on stream with you. Let's go and see these ADPs. Yeah, the ADPs, I'm working on my rankings now. I will have them up tomorrow, Wednesday at the latest. There's some very interesting things here that I think we need to, we'll talk through as we just go through the general ADPs. We got Hartman in here, GM. Stop, Aiden, don't do that to yourself. We got Huhames in here. Speaking of Huhames, we are going to be on his channel tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Also joining will be FK Coolers and Lutz, and we are going to be talking about these ADPs. Pepper Tony, sup pups, good to see you, Pepper Tony. Steve McDivitt, greetings from Liverpool. Steve, location error. Hopefully you'll be able to draft soon. Raitai, there he is. Good to see you, Raitai. OC Missy, afternoon, back, getting used to 18 rounds. Yeah, Yeah, the 18 round switch is different. The other sites, it's 20 rounds no matter what. This is different, and we do need to adjust accordingly. We got GAB in here. It's showtime. Yeehaw. Yippee-ki-yay. Absolutely. JT, good to see you as well. Steve is the Jordan of breaking down contest structure. Only 1/3 of puppy finals get their money back. Yeah, but I don't mind. It's 500, so you get 2/3 of your money for making finals. It's not like, say, the UDFA where the first one was $100, you make $14 back. Like, you get 2/3 of your money. I actually think that's a pretty solid way to do it for some of the bigger field stuff, and that's what I would have kind of said for BBM. That was kind of my expectation when it seemed like they're going to be changing the structure. So, like, yes, only 1/3 get all the money back, but the fact that just making finals getting, like, to me, I do think we should weigh, like, yes, it's only a handful, a couple hundred more teams making finals, but that doesn't improve our odds quite a bit. And I'm definitely more of a fan of it with that approach. Bayou Bengal in here. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. How's it going, fellas? Doing good. Bayou Bengal's another streamer. Definitely check out his channel on YouTube as well. This is why maxing may not always be the best idea. I still think puppy, it's fine because, again, we're talking $5. 150. Now, the other thing with puppy, like, I didn't max a single of I maxed the super flex puppy last year, but the 4 regular puppies, I didn't max a single one. 3 of them, I think I cracked 100. One, I think I was just below, like 70, something like that, 75. I believe that was the last one, but I think the highest one I had was like 130, 125. So yeah, to me, it's not like the most important thing to max, but doing it, I would say, if you are going to be doing volume, doing at least 100, because that is where you're covered, I think is good. And, it's worth something to push to, if you do 125, yes, you can't just have one team make the finals and cover everything, but presumably you're making enough teams to playoffs, a couple more teams to semifinals. Maybe you could still be covered that way, would be the way I look at it. I'll take the 1 of 10 versus 1 of 6 with the guaranteed money back for finals every time. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm sure there's ways I would tweak it a little bit, but I prefer a better shot of getting 100K. I mean, I had multiple. Now I think they might have been both Superflex puppies, but I think I had like 2 Superflex puppies that finished second or third, and in a 1 of 6 they might have advanced to the finals. I'd have to go back and look. I'm sure it's still up on BBMD, and I've had this multiple years. So it's like getting that shot at the finals, even not totally being a guarantee my money back, I would prefer that personally. I understand it a little bit more with like BBM because you are investing just so much money. But with these puppies to still have that six-figure top prize, I don't know. I think I'd prefer that with the way they're doing. I mean, maybe even tweak it even more. I wouldn't have mind seeing the finals like in the 700s and like it'd been whatever it was. Yeah, like I would have loved to have seen, I don't know if they could have done the 1 of 6, 1 of 6. I can't remember, like Hope gave 4 options and can't remember which one I chose. I think all were improved. Absolutely. Yeah. Happy drafting, everyone. First of many glorious days to come. And Harry Doyle, I prefer better chances for final sweat than the 1 of 1, 1 of 10, 1 of 10. Yeah. Los Angeles skyline in the BBM logo. That's good shout. Probably where the I'm guessing maybe they're going to do some sort of, I don't know if they'll do like a a dog, dog bowl and BBM have been very different. I don't know if they're going to try and do something where finals get people there. Also, I think the Super Bowl is there this year, so maybe that's just why they chose that. 70% increased final size. Those shots are less likely. I personally, I've talked about this with FK and I think Paul and others. It's like, I would rather, to me, the difference between one of 300, one of 500, one of 700, one of 1,000. The DraftKings has always been over 1,000. Again, I haven't looked at their tournament this year, but I presume it's very similar. I would much rather have a chance in the finals than out of one of 1,000 than one of 500, to be honest. Like DraftKings, I know in years past, finals was just a 1,000 back, which has never fully covered the 150. All right, let's get in. We'll do BBM first, and then I think I'll do a puppy. So appreciate everyone for joining. We'll get into comments. Of course, we'll be looking at the ADPs. We'll be drafting. Don't forget to hit the like. We are, just gonna keep rolling. We're going to be doing drafts every day, pretty much. Some days have multiple shows. Some members only, but some regular. So we want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this, helping us grow, and looking forward to the kickoff of this best ball summer. I'm going to count down this BBM. I'm going to be entering in 10 seconds. Entering in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter. So these are my pre-draft exposures. I will have to reorganize that going forward with BBO. So I'm in here. Legion, Paul's in the 1. The icon is in the 2. I see I'm in the 9. Minsu is in the 11. If anyone else is in here, let me know. Speedy Claxton is such a great name for all-time basketball fans. So yes, thank you everyone for joining. And this is fun. This is my first draft. Round 1 is, kind of where it was with ADP. It's as we get deeper that things begin to change. And I think there's a lot of things we do need to start to adjust to. Like this Trey McBride, I will not be taking him anywhere near 18. Talked about this last night in the members only show. While I always thought it was a thin proposition, the Jeremiah Love pick makes it really tough to believe in Trey McBride this year at that high ceiling. Overall, Trey McBride's still an excellent tight end. I don't think anyone should doubt that. All right. Nothing too crazy. Jason ahead of Puka, but honestly, that's probably a fair call. ESB goes, I think I'm going to end up Jefferson above Lamb, but I think I'm going to be very close on the 2. So let me just go Jefferson here. And these weren't even my final pre-draft exposures. I had not updated with all those UDFAs and even a couple big boards as they finalized. So I know I'm more than 2% Lamb. And also, I'm not going to let pre-draft totally dictate where I'm at. I mean, for some people, yeah, who I think move up too much, I'll just kind of stick with my higher taken pre-draft. But especially for these early round guys, I want to treat this as these as brand new contests. So Achane, Hampton, Cook going after I mean, that to me is not. I love Genty, but I mean, Cook to me should be a first rounder. So I will happily keep snapping that up. Go big dog here. I like Hampton. I do think, let's just say, I don't think Adam Randall is any threat to big dog, basically at all. And I think them adding a couple tight ends who can both be blockers, I think is good. But Ione in the first round, such a smash for Derrick Henry. I mean, this making that Ravens offensive line better is only a positive for Henry. So let me catch up in chat some. Yes, Jeremy, doing a BBM. Sorry, I missed this. Yeah, no, I get it's a preference thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like some of the small finals, but I feel like I'll get those in either the high stakes or, the smaller dollar. Like I'm hoping that there's, the German Shepherd $5 100-person finals. Absolutely. It's just something like this. I don't mind, having some better chances at getting a shot at 100K. I understand once you're there, the shot is diminished some, but I want to get there. Thank you, Bayou. Smash the like button. Appreciate that. Jeremy made BBM finals last year. Nice. Congrats. Pick 2, my first draft of the year. I thought you were the icon. I knew I recognized the name. Appreciate you for jumping in. Thanks so much. And after this, we will do Puppy as well. Let's go. First BBM summer. Let's go. Absolutely. We have made it at 100% for our clone. Hey, everybody. Good luck, Steve. Good to see you, Mike. And Mike, you have to remind me of your screen name as well. I'll go with Travis Achane here. Saints. This offense could be rolling. I really like what they did with Tyson and even getting tight end like Oscar Delp. They said specifically it was to get somebody who can block, and Oscar Delp is a really good blocker. I was less, sure about his pass catching abilities, and they even kind of said like Juwan Johnson and Fant can do that. We get Delp, I'm just paraphrasing here, but we got Delp to block. That's a good thing. That's a good thing for a chain. So coming up with one more pick here, and this is where I think things get weird. I mean, we saw Olave get serious competition. We saw Garrett Wilson get serious competition. We saw Mbuka. That Hurst, I wouldn't say serious competition, but it's competition. Zay Flowers, they picked a couple of receivers. It's a weird window for a lot of these receivers. Lat McConkey, they did pick Brandon Thompson, but overall, I don't think he got near the threat some of these other guys got. And Luther Burden, I don't think got much of a threat. And not to say that these are bad prices or picks here, just these are ones we really need to start to figure out. I think I'm going to go Mike Evans. I just think he is should be more like 34, 35. Yes, they drafted Stribling. I don't think that really impacts Mike Evans at all. They obviously wanted him. They want to pay him. And, to go back to the Kittle thing, their number one pass catching touchdown maker, is probably going to be on the sideline to start the season and not 100%. So I'm gonna bet on Mike Evans continuing to be a dominant force in fantasy. Last year, I feel is more likely to be the exception. Even years past where he's had injuries, including 2 years ago, missed 3.5 games, finished as a top 10 receiver, both in points, total points, and points per game. So to me, let's not overthink this. He goes to a better offense, quarterback play at least equal, if not better. Sign me up for a big percentage of Mike Evans if we're getting him around 40. So Legion and Icon here, these are two other receivers that I think should move up. And this is the question about the Mbukas, the Olaves, and Flowers. Are we really sure DJ Moore and Terry McLaurin and Devontae Adams, these guys who got kind of essentially no competition? I mean, McLaurin, Antonio Williams, but really doesn't threaten his role at all, should be going behind the guys who they've more consistently and historically outscored. And of course, DJ Moore just having a big upgrade at quarterback and role as well. Yeah, I'm going to have a tougher time with that. I'm working on how my rankings will reflect that. But, and I know I kind of got him with Josh Allen, but I mean, DJ Moore feels like such a potential home run pick this year. We saw it just a couple years ago with him and Justin Fields, and when he was the featured receiver in the offense, and that was with Justin Fields, one of the worst throwing quarterbacks in the league, starting quarterbacks, that is. I will be taking quite a bit of that. So what to do about Cornell Tate, that's going to be an interesting thing. Here, though, give me Rome. I didn't go Burden before. Give me Rome. Just a much better offense. As much as I do like Tate and I like some potential for growth for Tennessee, we just know what Chicago can be. So, may grab a quarterback here. Tootin did not get competition. Not sure I'm buying it. Hubbard is an interesting one. I was just totally out pre-draft. I don't know what to do now. Zero competition. I thought they were almost a lock to take a day 3 running back. They did not. And so they must feel very confident in Jonathan Brooks, I feel like. And let's just go Caleb. So Caleb will be my first quarterback drafted in BBM or post-draft, wherever you want to look at it. I'm fine with that. Him over Hurts. I actually think Drake May is the better quarterback option. But I have a stack here. Let's just make it work. Drake May, if he's pick 70, I will end up with a ton of Drake May. He has the ability to be, even if we say Josh Allen is kind of locked as QB1, Drake May absolutely has the ability to be quarterback 2 and anywhere down the line. So the fact that he's going as quarterback 7, I think there's real upside opportunity there. 101 every day this summer, I feel it. Yes. Yeah, that is a good feeling to get him early. Let me hit up the board and then we'll hit up chat. Yeah, that's a new thing they added a couple weeks ago. It takes some getting used to. I'm not the biggest fan. I wish there was an option to toggle it. I get some people liking it, some people not. I don't find it too annoying or anything, but it's a weird thing to do in my opinion. But so far it seems like people like it. Just because I think that like with stacking, like it's okay to reach some. It's not okay to reach 3 rounds, but it's okay to reach some. And I don't think that helps as much as maybe they think to get people on track. But I do understand, like the people who know what they're doing, it can be a nice thing. I think some people are weird that it will just like the casuals will just take that next player and mess up stacks. But I mean, I truly don't even care that much about it. Heads up, drafts are hella fast today. Badge is rolling in deep today. Good shout out, JT. Yeah, this one's moving pretty fast. We're back to 81. RJ Harvey is one that really worries me. So Stevenson goes, not a fan of that. Jadarian Price, 77. That is probably where it should go. Speaking of where he should go, let me take Rico. I don't know why his ADP is lower than Jalen Warren. That makes essentially 0 sense. So let's move it on up. I see 10 picks behind Kyle Monangai. That's an interesting one. Harold Fannin should not be pick 82. He won't sniff the top 100 in my big board. They had 2 early top receivers. The idea that he's going to somehow get like 120 targets. He had 107 last year. And I think people thought he could consolidate to like 120 or more. I don't think so. Not with them spending that capital in Concepcion and Boston. Frog Clone saying you won the puppy today. Surratt feels great at the end of drafts. I agree. I talked about it last night on Members Show. Surratt and Lane, 2 options for the Ravens. I think Lane might be the better long-term fit, but Surratt's the guy who's probably going to win Lamar's trust. He's going to win the coaching staff's trust. Lane can still have a role, but I just don't see it the same. Wide receiver, we will take Chris Godwin. I think he is still underpriced in this market. I don't know why there's such a big gap between him and Ibuka. Somebody like Ted Hurst doesn't hurt Chris Godwin essentially at all. Chris Godwin can play in, all the receivers can play inside, but he's probably the best at it. And I don't see Hurst impacting that role really at all. We got Ragnar in here. Bonjour, good to see you. Ione is big. Yeah, Ione is very big for Henry and Lamar. I mean, we should feel a lot better about Lamar getting protected and staying upright. I have a feeling 12 spot would have taken Genty, get a little fall on Cook. We'll take it. Yeah, absolutely. Congrats, brother. Came in second. I don't know. The puppy votes that came in a month ago, everyone wanted the gigantic finals. I think most contests lean that way. We got Danimal in here from the chat. Who is in this draft and a YouTube Fanspeak paid sub? You will be entered into a season-long. Sorry, making sure I'm not coming up on my pick. Fanspeak contest just for streaming with Steve and being a YouTube member. Yes, that is something we're going to be doing. Mike is going to be helping us out. Any of our stream drafts, we're going to have people enter, and there'll be a season-long contest. Just being a paid sub is all that it takes. Frog Clone, I like the 625 for the puppy. Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's fine. I'm already in 2K pre-draft, UD, DK, so I'm only drafting small tournaments going forward. Gotcha, JT. Well, I'll be doing a puppy after this. So this is a range, a lot of interesting things. All these guys got competition, except to Xavier Worthy, actually. Let me do the full board. So Purdy feels good as well. Could go receiver. Kyler. I like Laporta. I do want to have Laporta goes. We'll go Kyler. Purdy gone. Stacked options. I mean, I'd still have Baker, but let's get Kyler. The Caleb-Kyler team. A lot of upside potential there. So I think Wando should now be back in these hundreds range, but I still think he's fine. Concepcion, this is the range he ends up. I'm totally fine with this, even with Cleveland. To get a team's potentially number one receiver at pick 109, I don't care how bad of an offense it is, that's fine. Especially with his first round capital. QJ, a little less fine with. I'm not in on the JCM train. Still am wary of it. I want some percentage, but I'm guessing I'm going to be pretty low in that regard. As much as I mentioned Concepcion, I do think Xavier Worthy. They didn't really add anything in the receiver department. Obviously still could look at a free agent, but they add a free agent, it's most likely somebody who is going to threaten like Rashee Rice. You know, they're signing Debo or Diggs or somebody like that. A bit more than Worthy. So I just still want to have shares of a third-year breakout receiver who's absolutely, anytime he's been healthy, shown real flashes and real potential. He just needs to stay healthy. I know it's a big if, given his size, but I don't mind betting on that. And what are we doing with Zach Charbonnet at 117? Like, this guy was a bad pick at 140 in 20 rounds. We're going to take him 117 in 18? No. with them adding price, like, just no. Let me get back to the board. My Zach Charbonnet ranking is going to be super low. And that's one that can 100% change. If 3 months from now it sounds like he's just going to miss 7 weeks, which would be a miracle, then yeah, will I change my priors? Absolutely. But right now, oof. JT saying, I'm not sure New Orleans isn't a 50-50 while Kamara is healthy. I guess I'm looking at it as probably more like 60-40. I do think Kamara could have more of the passing role because he's just so good at it. And I'll still take this. I don't think they pay, and obviously they're paying Kamara a bit as well, but I think it's going to be 60-40. And I think that's still good for both. I really do. Especially with the offense improving. DK is up, FYI. Okay. This is what I thought. I don't know. Is it under NFL? I'm not seeing DK drafts at all. If somebody could tell me what I'm missing. I haven't been on DK in a couple of days. And I don't know what I'm missing. So, I'm not seeing any promo for it or anything. And I'm on my computer here, so I don't know what is going on. I hope to God they didn't take away DK best ball in the state of Virginia. That would suck. So yes, no Charbonnet, no Algier. Let us go. Let's go Jake Ferguson. Actually, we'll pivot to Aaron Jones. Yeah. I do think running back starts to fall off a cliff here, just because, Jonah Coleman, Mike Washington, they both need to fall. Woody Marks has now moved up like 20, 30 picks. Algier's fallen again, but honestly, should probably fall more. It's just not a great area of running back. Like, I still think Emmett Johnson 167, totally fine with Pacheco 170. They didn't add anyone. Don't love the idea, but I'll need to start taking some. Omar Cooper, I'm not sure why it says 0%. I obviously took a ton pre-draft. Oh, I think it was under Omar Cooper Jr. So that's annoying. So I'm going to take Jonathan Brooks. Still a big projection here, but I think there's now a big upside case. And with this running back room, I'll tack on a sixth. I think I'm going to go, let's see, probably, I know, getting used to 18 rounds. Maybe I could stick at 5, so I'll probably do 3, 5, 7, 3, unless I hit back-to-back tight end coming up, which is possible. Buddy Man is screen name, but I'm posting until the schedule comes out on week 17. Or gotcha. No, good. Appreciate that. DJM's efficiency got overshadowed by 2 rookies. Bills also spread the ball around. I think we may have 0. So so historically they haven't spread the ball around, right? Steph Diggs was alpha, top 10 receiver, top 15 receiver just about every year with the Bills. I actually think every year with the Bills, at least top 15. And DJ Moore got outproduced by a 9th overall pick and Luther Burden, who from a raw talent perspective was right behind Hunter and T-Mac last year. I think Burden's raw upside and talent is better than Mbuka's, better than Golden's, better than Jaden Higgins, in some ways better than McMillan. Very different receivers, don't get me wrong. So it's not surprising, and Moore did step up down the stretch outside the playoff game, but really did step up down the stretch. I just think there's still a lot there, and to me, the Bills actually don't spread the ball around when they actually have somebody worth throwing to. It's just these last couple of years, they haven't had anyone they could rely on. Shakir being the closest, but Shakir is kind of capped in his upside. So I don't think he threatens DJ Moore at all, is kind of the way I look at it. And Joe Brady has familiarity with DJ Moore. Moore has vertical deep ball ability that Josh Allen has been missing since the loss of Diggs and Gabe Davis. I personally think DJ Moore has a big upside. That's definitely kind of the way I see it. But I get, he is getting older and all those sides, but I'm not going to worry about what happened in Chicago. That was Ben Johnson, that was a new staff, and they had 2 young alphas, and actually 3 with Colson Loveland. It's just not the case in Buffalo. Bryce Young goes, that's fine. Speaking of Diggs, I could take him, but I think I will go Brenton Strange. Not too worried about the blocking tight end they grabbed in the 2nd round. Don't think that is a threat. I think I'm done at running back. We'll add 2 more receivers, at least 2 more receivers, 1 more quarterback. If it works out, a quarterback really thins out. Diggs could be on the short list. Juwan Johnson, it's a little bit more crowded there, but still not too overly worried. Chig is definitely in play. Hawkinson, these teams did not add tight ends, so definitely going to be much lower on Judy, like Naylor and Debo. So I actually like a lot of guys in this range. I'm sure ADBs will really start to shift and change. I think Hawkinson would be continuing to stack, but I think I'm going to go Chig. I think this gives me the option to stop at 2. Hawkinson maybe would have as well. And we'll just kind of see how the draft plays out, if I stop at 2 or not. get to the board and get back to the chat. Where are we taking price? So yeah, he went pretty high here. I think that's a fair range for him. There's more risk involved, 100%. But yeah, I think that's a pretty fair range for him. In the 70s to 80. Another one who should 100% be going ahead of Jalen Warren. Game tight, LFG, let's go. Yeah. The Sharps thing is insane. Like everything, even the reports, that kind of were reiterated, like late injury, later surgery. We spent a first round pick on a running back. Wow. How do you like Mason now? Jordan Mason or Mason Taylor? I'm assuming you mean Jordan Mason. I think Jordan Mason is fine. They added Claiborne in the 6th round. No threat, and definitely not a threat to Mason's role. I think Jones and Mason are, where it's going to be for the Vikings. I want to have shares of both. I just like Jones as a more dynamic player, but I definitely want shares of Mason. I think Mason is a solid floor, not a huge ceiling. You do ranks, can you do top 500 so you can rank my boy, what the Titans did to him in draft and free agency. Yeah, Elikiah Manor and DK, but probably not Manor. The run out was bad. Wandale, big investment in Wandale and Tate, and keeping Ridley, not ideal. Tight ends fall a little bit. Okay, these receivers get thinner than I like. We're going to pull up Trey Tucker. I need a receiver, and I don't like these other options. I don't mind Trey Harris, to be honest, but I think Trey Tucker and Naylor, with the Raiders not adding a receiver, that was a little unexpected. Like even 3rd, 4th round, thought they could add something. They didn't add until late. And so right now, the top 3 receivers should be some order of Naylor, Tucker, and Jack Besh. I think they're all draftable right now, particularly with Cousins likely playing a chunk of the year. Like they might not be your, playoff heroes, but can they be the pieces that help push you through? Because maybe Cousins gets them off to a really good start. Yeah. So I'm going to do it for the brand, for Meg. Aaron Rodgers, he's in my first BBM. Get that 3rd quarterback, help push a team through. Hopefully, I have Rico. There's team correlation. If I add a 3rd tight end, pretty sure. Pat Fry is still sitting there. I don't think he's gone yet. No, he's not. Jeremy Bernard is, I think, well in the mix for late round. I actually think that's a really good landing spot. Got Surratt there. There's still some late receiver options that are fun. I mean, these guys I think you really need to mix in. Where did Jeremy Bernard go? He went, okay. Who took my boy Jeremy? Right after the Rodgers pick. And that's fine. I think 16th through 20th round is right where Jeremy Bernard should be going. Same with Surratt. I was hoping, somebody would come back, but it is fine. Kamara, to the discussion earlier, I think that still going in the 190s. That's wrong to me. Like, I don't think it's 50-50. I don't care if it's 70-30. Kamara shouldn't be going in the 190s. That makes zero sense to me. The Malik Washington, if he stays in this range, I'll take some Malik Washington. I was worried after the draft he'd get moved up to like 150, and to me that feels very wrong. Chris Brazell, I'll take more of him now. Don't love it. I need to go receiver here. Give myself some optionality with my last pick. We'll go Flournoy. Still trust him more than Malik Washington, to be honest. Okay. So receiver room, I feel pretty good with. I'm generally trying to only hit 3 receivers most weeks, so I think I can find a 7. Could add another tight end, though the Rams tight ends don't feel near as good anymore. Frymuth goes, nice pick. Hayden, David Njoku, please go to Carolina. Let's get a viable tight end in Carolina. All right. Well, I mean, if you're just giving away Katron Allen, I know is a 6th-round pick. I don't care. I mean, his competition is JCM for early down touches and goal line work. And actually, I actually don't think JCM will have any sort of goal line role. I think it'll be between Allen and Rashard White. So I'll take the 6th running back there. A little bit of protection for Jonathan Brooks and even Aaron Jones, who has his own checkered injury history. I think if Katron Allen stays in round 18, one of the steals. I just, I know there's some other options here, like Chris Brooks right now is on paper. Kalen Black, I think, should be in the mix. Ray Davis, Aiden got all, I think, very fine. Even Vidal, very fine 20th round picks or 18th round clicks. But Katron Allen just has an upside case that those other guys need injuries to occur. And if there is an injury, they have a great upside. But Katron Allen could be he could be what Chris Rodriguez was last year. It's not that impossible. So yeah, I'm going to be pretty bullish on Katron Allen if he's staying down here this low. And that's the first thing. Let's take a look at these different positions, see what's still on the table. Quarterback picked over. Cousins still there. Carson Beck, who, honestly, right now, who's going to start more games this year, Carson Beck or Jacoby Brissett, with Brissett holding out? It's a fair question. Shador, did Deshaun Watson get taken? Gardner Minshew didn't. So let's see. Deshaun Watson did get taken. He probably ends up starting more games, so I think it's probably between him and Shador. Running back, LaQuint Allen, Justice Hill, Jane Blue, Jalen Wright. None of these are home run picks. We just need to hear what happens in Baltimore, what happens with a couple of these other teams. Right now, none of these guys are jumping off the table that I want to be drafting. I think guessing right on the Baltimore and Dallas backup is fair and things we should be doing, but not going to have a high percentage unless it becomes clear. Receiver wise, Chris Brazell, Troy Franklin. I think Franklin is the most likely to be the number 3 there. Vele most likely to be in the number 3 in New Orleans. I think these are okay clicks. Branch could maybe do that. I think Antonio Williams is actually should be 17th, 18th round draftable going forward. Not going to try and have 20% of them, but even if they get Brandon Ayuk, I would trust Antonio Williams, I think, more. The rest of these guys, I think you can mix in like a Slayton, Yoshivas, Jacoby Lane, Malachi Fields, all should get mixed in a little bit. Definitely Jack Bash. It feels very much, in Cooper Kupp being undrafted, that feels very wrong. Even in a tournament like this, that is very high upside tournament, Cooper Kupp can be the advancement piece. He can be the chaperone for your spike week guys. I know he only had 3 10-point games last year. He could easily have 5 or 6 this year. I think they're going to have to throw the ball more, and also wouldn't be surprised if they just have to spread it around. I don't think teams are going to keep going one-on-one with JSN and letting them dust them week in, week out. Tight end wise, good luck drafting a Rams tight end, right? 3 guys right here. David Njoku, who's a free agent. Darnell Washington, I think, is an okay click. But yeah, tight end gets fully picked over, in part because we don't know who to draft in Denver. We don't know who to draft in Carolina. And we don't fully know who to draft in Miami. I think right now, Greg Dulcich is a fine click. So yeah, that's interesting first draft for sure. Let me go over my team and our Fanspeak members. Let me grab a drink first. So I go 3-6-7-2. Caleb, Kyler, tack on Aaron Rodgers. So, early-ish, mid, late. Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne, Rico Dowdle. I think 3 number 1 running backs, 3 guys who are probably 60% or more. And especially Henry and Rico should be touchdown machines. Aaron Jones, Jonathan Brooks, Katron Allen. Talked a little bit about all 3. I think they all represent fair values where they're going, and all have the upside to me outplay their ADP by a considerable margin. Like, do I think Aaron Jones is going to be what Aaron Jones was 5 years ago? No, of course not. But outplay 129, 100% in his range of outcomes. Same with Jonathan Brooks. And this is one, it could either be a fantastic pick or an awful pick. But even if him and Hubbard are splitting it, I think he's fine for that role. And I already talked about Katron. Receiver-wise, Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans, Rome Odunze. That feels like a good, strong 3-man core. Adding Chris Godwin, adding Xavier Worthy. Then late, Trey Tucker and Ryan Flournoy. Not a lot of major projection I need here. I know and kind of know what I'm getting. Number one, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1, 2 or 3, number 3, very simple in my book for that group. It's a mix of floor and upside, some spike week guys, some guys who can give both. Like Chris Godwin, we know, 2 years ago with Baker, he was the one producing just as many spike weeks as Mike Evans before he got injured. And and I hope they go back to that. And then 2 tight ends, Brenton Strange, Chig Okonkwo. I'll have a fair share of 3 tight end builds, but a lot of times I'm going to leave this 18th round pick open. If a tight end's there, that makes sense. If a receiver's there, that makes sense. If a running back's there, it makes sense. To me, this time it was Katron Allen. And that's how I'll I want to generally build with that opportunity to just put that last pick where I think it does the most good, instead of being forced into a situation where it's okay, I have to take a 3rd tight end, because boy, I think that would have been pretty ugly, because no tight ends went, Gesicki went after me. That would have been my pick. But and if I had to go quarterback, Deshaun Watson was the only guy there. Nobody else looked great. So I don't want to be in a position where I'm forced to take somebody who I just don't like. Not that I'll have 0% of some of these guys, but I'll have some percentage of probably all 3 Rams tight ends, probably most of Parkinson, I think. But I just don't want to be too often forced into taking 18th round clicks that don't feel great. So let me hit up chat, then I will hit up the people in this draft. Hartman saying, I only see the main $25 entry millionaire tournament on DK. DK under best ball on the app. All right. Appreciate you sharing it out, because I looked before in the app. I didn't see it. I don't see best ball on. What is going on? I'm signed in. I don't know what is. I'll have to look at this more afterwards. No idea what's going on with my DraftKings, and I'm just kind of hoping there's nothing, they change it on states. Yes, DK's under the NFL tab. Are you talking, just curious, are you talking on desktop, go to the lobby, Okay, now I see it. Okay, it was just not refreshing for me. Appreciate that. So yeah, there's a $3, $25, right, a $59, $3,100, and a 555 contest that I see. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I don't know why it wasn't refreshing for me. Appreciate you guys for chiming in. Yeah, I'll have to look at that more. I hate when announcers feel like they need to say junior, senior, thanks. I know that's more of junior, not his dad. 1K final for 3 milli. Yeah. Misha, how are we feeling about our Bigsby and Jalen McMillan bags post draft? I mean, I think Bigsby is pretty strong. I don't have a big percentage, but they didn't really add anything. I think Bigsby and Shipley are going to be battling out for the number 2, but I think Bigsby gets the lean. And Jalen McMillan, the Ted Hurst hurts him slightly, but honestly, I think McMillan is good enough. He's got a decent rapport with Baker. I'm hoping, where he was going. I think he's still priced well. I'm not going, it's something I want to monitor, the Buccaneers reports. To me, Ted Hurst was always more of a project guy. Do I think he gets on the field a little bit as a rookie? Yeah. But he's coming from Georgia State, beat up on weaker competition, but when he faced some tougher competition, he was just okay, as one would expect. So I just wouldn't expect him to make a big impact year 1. We got Jim Waller in here. How's it going, Steve? Good to see you, Jim. Doing pretty good. This just did my first BBM of the year. Ben Johnson isn't huge on people freelancing out there, and that's what DJ does best. Much better fit with Josh. And I think it's also a better fit with Joe Brady. Joe Brady, who prioritized him, knew him from Carolina. So that's why I'm going to be pretty bullish on DJ Moore. Got disbanded with the dot. Always feeling good. Matt Mason. Does K-Tron have enough juice to compete in Washington? Well, I hope so. I just drafted him. I do, because I think it's going to be Rashard White's going to have a much bigger role than what Jeremy McNichols had last year. So, but I think that mainly cuts from the JCM side of things, and I think K-Tron is going to be the Chris Rodriguez side of things. JCM is going to be very predicated. I'll probably get honestly, the carries are going to be kind of split 3 ways. Rashard White, most of the passing role, almost exclusively, and then the carries are going to be split between JCM and K-Tron Allen. But I think K-Tron Allen's going to have all the goal line carries here, not all, but most of them. Rashard White will have a few as well, and I'm sure every now and then JCM will get some. But maybe inside the red zone at the 15, JCM still on the field, but is he on the field inside the 10, inside the 5, at the 2? No, probably not. And so even if JCM, it's a 3-way carry split, and JCM, maybe he ends up with 50 of the carries, 50% of the carries, and it's I think that's unlikely. I think probably the highest guy will have 40%, but let's just say he gets 50%. Rashard White might have 25. Maybe it's split down the middle then, and Rashard White 25%, but he's got the passing role. And then K-Tron Allen has 25% and the touchdown role. So JCM could have the most carries and honestly have the least amount of fantasy points of the 3. He ended up 280 for me for him and DK. Wrong mic. Yeah, I was wait a minute. Did you see the clip of McDaniel begging for Brendan Thompson, saying he will take off his shirt if they do? Seems bullish. Yeah, I said this last night. I'd heard about that clip. I've not actually watched it. This to me is one of the better landing spots for Brendan Thompson, because who's the guy who gets comped to the most? His upside case is Tyreek Hill, who's worked wonders with Tyreek Hill, Mike McDaniel, and Jalen Waddle is another comp for Brendan Thompson, the upside case for him. It's just something different than what they have there. Ladd has some deep vertical speed, but I think Ladd's going to be the slot guy. He'll do a lot of what Tyreek did, and I think Mike McDaniel's going to get very creative with him. But Brendan Thompson, I don't see QJ being a Mike McDaniel guy. I just don't. I think Trey Harris could go either way. But Brennan Thompson, I'm going to have not a bag, but I'm going to have like 4 or 5% of Brennan Thompson. Pretty likely. Yes, and this is another thing. Talked about it from the Cardinals side. Jeremiah Love, what it did to McBride. Raiders not adding any passing weapons. Yeah, I mean Bowers should be their clear number one. Truly. And now I think it's good for the other ones because unlike the Cardinals, where we're taking McBride, his ADP was 18, but doesn't, top 2 rounds. And then Marvin in the 60s, Wilson in the 70s, 80s. Like we're taking Bowers essentially in the same pick as McBride. And I agree with this, like he should go higher. And then Naylor 160, Tucker 190, Jack Besh undrafted. Give me the Raiders side of that because the values line up better and their quarterback play is going to be better. I mean, Kirk Cousins is better than Brissett, better than Gardner, better than Carson, and better than Carson Beck, and of course Mendoza is clearly better than Carson Beck and very likely better than the other two as well. Should have been mix of that and Carson Beck and Bowers. We saw Bowers still have success last year with Genty being a focal point. Bowers obviously missed a lot of time, but he had some massive games. I'm not saying McBride's like dead and only going to have like 600 yards, but he's going to, I think I said it this last night, he's much more likely to be tight end 5 than tight end 1 in my book. And Myers last round, if you're sweating tight end, yeah. Yep. Also, Jeremy ranked 130-ish by ETR. Left-hand was like, maybe that's too far. That probably is too far, but I think they're one of the, tell me why Jalen McMillan is, I didn't see his exact rank, but in that ballpark. Why is Jeremy Bernard not? Tampa now has 5 receivers. McMillan was a former 3rd-round pick. Bernard, 2nd-round pick. Mike McCarthy is one of the better offensive minds, passing minds we've seen. He historically has been very high 11 personnel. That could change a little bit, but I think that's the very high bullish upside case. But no, Jeremy Bernard, if he's 16th round, I'll have a big bag of him. I think he should be more. I don't think he should really go higher than like 14th round, but that's kind of where I'm at on Bernard. How are you going to rank the Browns quarterbacks? Wait until news comes out of camp. Probably the way to go. Yeah, I'm basically going to have them both ranked back to back, and they right now Brissett. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do with Brissett. Dude's holding out. They drafted 3rd-round quarterback. They'd also signed Gardner. So, I mean, these teams are just incomplete for me. Like Steelers, I feel better about because we know if Rodgers back, he's a full 17-game starter. He also knows the offense, has a ton of weapons. They rebuilt their offensive line. There's just everything good in Pittsburgh. These other two teams, the Browns, they were working on rebuilding their offensive line, but I think it's very likely to be far worse than the Steelers. They added weapons, but they're 2 rookies, a 2nd-year tight end, 2nd-year running back, just not in the same ballpark. Cardinals are a little bit ahead in the weapons department. Their offensive line is improving, but still work in progress. And these are new offensive systems for all those guys. Brissett or Shador are not on Rodgers' level, even when Rodgers was in a bad system last year. So, in terms of these unknown quarterback teams, Steelers are up there by a mile. And then I think I'd lean Cards and then Browns. I'll just have them back to back, and then wait on camp news. Yeah. DK to take a big hit. Yeah, I think both Titans receiver, 2nd-year Titans receivers take a big hit. DK, I think, at least has a little bit more versatility because he can play both in the slot and outside. Ironman are just being an outside guy and, having both Ridley and Tate ahead of him hurts. And DK is just his speed and upside gives him, you can just create packages for him to be a 4th receiver. Now, I don't think he's really draftable right now, but his ability to get on the field, I think, is going to be higher. I agree with this, Drew. K-Tron would be one of the biggest rises in the next 2 weeks. I guess this takes a little longer just because so many people are obsessed with JCM. But yeah, I think he does rise. Definitely what I saw Washington last year, including their end of the year season. Caleb and DJ also hate each other's guts, but that's secondary. Curious your thoughts. First NFL draft since late August. Yeah, Icon, I will get to in 1 second. I know I'm behind. Sean Watson versus Will Howard. I highly anticipate shootout. Could be Klubnik versus Beck. Yeah. Nice WF. Hell yeah. Miami, interested in Juwan. Do with this as you will. It makes a lot of sense. He knows the system. NFL tab is a few down on top. Appreciate that. Nice 20 million. DK 3 million to first. Just add in the last few minutes. So it looks, yes, appreciate that. I think I just didn't refresh even though I just signed in, but I thought UD should have done 20 million. Just for Richard to finish RB 18. I mean, I agree. I want a good percentage of Rashard White. On the season or on the Commanders, yeah, they have 18 backs with Jerome Ford and McNichols as well. All right, let me review the other teams. I just wanted to catch up with the comments, and then we will get into a puppy draft. So let's see. We review YouTube members, and I believe that is Legion, Icon, and Aiden here. Minsu, if anyone else was in here, please let me know. Ragnar, you were in here, right? I'm sorry. I'm trying to look back to see. I thought you were in here, but let me know if anyone's a YouTube member. I appreciate that. Still trying to learn everyone's screen name and all that. But we'll start with Legion, Icon, and Ragnar, if you were in here. If you're not a YouTube member, I will say, I like giving just the structure 3573, JSN, McBride, Love, and Monty. So double Arizona stack early. Hopefully that is the offense. Love did fall into the third round. I actually think the reverse should happen. Love, I still think can be a second round pick. I don't mind him in third round. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is how when Big Board started, I had him as a third round pick. So I'm quite all right with that. But I think he is safer to stay in the second round than McBride, in my opinion. And I'd like to point out Montgomery. Texans not adding a running back, and Texans adding quite a bit of offensive line help this offseason. Feels very bullish on David Montgomery. So, Legion's team, 3672, Knicks, Mendoza, Tua. So, kind of relying on Knicks and Tua probably early season, Mendoza and Knicks back half. Maybe Tua can start the whole year. Bijan partly with Tua, Josh Jacobs, J.K. Dobbins, with Knicks, Rashard White. Like this value here. 121 for Rashard White feels good. Taj Spears, 145. Both him and Pollard survived the Jeremiah Love thing. Nicholas Singleton is going to be in the mix. I think he's not really a threat to Pollard, definitely a bit of a threat to Spears, but I think Spears can hold him off. I think Singleton's more like a long-term pick because both Pollard and Spears are impending free agents. And then Tank Bigsby, handcuff running back that late, that good of an offense, feels good. Receiver room, remember him going back-to-back Terry, Devontae, and in Jordan Addison, Cortland Sutton. I think him and I both are in agreement on Sutton being a nice value pick in the 70s. Khalil Shakir, Shaheed, Jahan Dotson. So Dotson tacked on to that Atlanta stack. Yeah, I like that wide receiver room. Shaheed in the 140s feels good. Shakir in the 120s feels good. Even though you waited to essentially pick 50 for the Terry Devontae, I mean, that's a back-to-back 1-2 punch. Very strong receiver room. And then, two tight ends, Bowers, Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson falling. I don't know if that's the Oscar Delp stuff. I don't get it. No Noah Fant is still there, is there now, but give me Juwan Johnson. I like how that team came together. very double anchor running back room, but then Dobbins, White feel good. I think Spears and Bigsby have paths to return value as well. And yeah, only going 7 receivers and waiting a little bit, but I think it's very strong because you just kept double up there, and then hit 3 others that all make some sense, especially for the build with Dotson and Tua. Jeremy's team, 2-5-8-3, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud. Got a little fall on Stroud as well. And I think that's, Stroud, look, he's burned us all before. But this could be different. Like they've theoretically better weapons, theoretically better offensive line. Hopefully this is the year Stroud puts it together. Gibbs, Hubbard, Tony Pollard, great value on Tony Pollard. I mean, Tony Pollard should go in 71 now. No Jeremiah Love. Fantastic taking advantage of this value while we get it. Pacheco, so far they haven't added anyone, so he feels good at 167. And Kamara, as I talked about before, no idea why he's going in the 190s. Unless he retires, he should easily exceed that value. Nico, Moore, Jameson Williams, DK Metcalf, very strong top 4. Adam Jane Higgins, I think he makes that next step this year. Tesla, Detroit really didn't add much. Like a 5th, 6th rounder, and Kendrick Law, Tank Dell. I'm like to see that he's falling. I'm much more in the Knoll than Dell train, but I get it. And I like this Chris Bell pick. It's second half of the year, but boy, could he be the Dolphins' #1 receiver down the stretch. So yeah, I mean, these top 4 guys you feel really good about. Then, some young upside swings here to balance out. So I think that's good. And it's like these 4 guys carry definitely through the first half. And then maybe, Jaden Higgins might start taking over more. So you make a big Houston bet here with 3 receivers. So you have Stroud fully stacked up. Pitts, George Kittle, Isaiah Likely. Definitely think going 3 tight ends with Kittle. I just don't love Kittle's price. I mean, that's just me coming off that injury. I want some Kittle, but it's just tough when, all these other tight ends are going after him. Mark Andrews has outscored George Kittle just about every season, particularly from a points per game standpoint. And he goes 30 picks after him and not coming off a major injury. Not sure I fully understand that. But no, I get wanting to have some Kittle. It's a great offense. He's a great player. It's just the health that worries me. But yeah, good draft overall. Thanks for joining me. Minsu in here at 3663. Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, so 3 starting quarterbacks. And a running back room, we saw Genty and Cook, double anchor, Monangai, Keaton Mitchell, Emmanuel Wilson, Ray Davis. I think I'm going to be out on Emmanuel Wilson right now. I'm with Hugh Hames on leaning to the Helani side of the Seattle backfield, just from pass catching ability. Emmanuel Wilson is somebody I'm going to keep an eye on, just because, if we get really bad news about Charbonnet, then yes, I think he's more viable. And, just if he ends up being more the clear guy splitting the backfield with Price. But I love the Ray Davis pick. Keaton Mitchell, I'm a little bit more wary on, but, it gets swinging for the fences here, especially in like a BBM, hoping he can just utilize that explosive ability. T. Higgins, Mbuka, Carnell Tate, Ricky Pearsall, Michael Pittman. I think it's a very strong top 5. I think Debo is a great pick. I see why you went 6. You might need the flex to hit a little bit more from this team because Monangai is probably just a more high floor guy, which can be your flex for sure. But I think these are 6 strong receivers, and Higgins and Mbuka. I worry about Mbuka's price slightly, but it's not like I think Mbuka should be shadow realmed or anything. And I think you're just getting surplus value everywhere else down, basically everywhere else down the board. Definitely Pittman and Debo and Ricky as well. So I think it's good. 3 tight end build: Ferg, Schultz, and Freiermuth. Don't take one to 131, and that's a very, very strong room. So yeah, no, good drafts all around. Let's get into another one. Let me catch up with chat. Before we do, Paulino, what's up, Steve? Where will you rank Stribling? That's a tough one for me. Right before when it looked like he was moving into day two, like clear day two, and probably that second, third round of NFL draft, I was taking him some, 19th, 20th round. He's battling Christian Kirk, but not just Christian Kirk, but he's battling Jordan Watkins and some of the other receivers they've drafted and taken in recent years. They clearly like him, and there's no question on that. I think he's, to me, a 17th, 18th round guy. He wasn't the most NFL ready guy to me coming out. I just worry that he's going to be a little behind on the team. Like he'll get some work, some snaps. I think he probably ends up being like kind of splitting the role with Christian Kirk and some of the other guys, but just not a full-time guy. Not my favorite draft at all, but took a lot of guys I don't usually take. How the board fell, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Non-guy and Keaton Moore panic picks. Running backs are going like crazy later on. I don't mind the non-guy pick. I mean, I don't know why Dowdle's ranked below him, but the Keaton pick, I question a little bit more. No, not necessarily from you, but like where his ranking is. I think him and Vidal should be closer together in my book. We got Suss in here, Helani boys. Yeah, I'm still on the Helani train. Take him some late. Jeremy, appreciate you for drafting. Thanks. Looking forward to drafting with you more. We got Megan here at the airport waiting for a flight. Hey, brother. Hey, best ball diehards. Absolutely. All right, let's get into another draft. We're going to get into a puppy. First puppy, I got a couple slows that I started going, but let's get into the first puppy, fast puppy of the year. I'm going to enter in 10 seconds and in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. All right. Looks like the snap filled. Let's see if any got in here. We got Jim Waller in here at the 4. I'm in the 3. Aiden in here at the 11. Let me know if anyone else is in here. Appreciate you all for joining me. So 3 spot, I'm taking one of these 3 guys. I'll probably Puka like 6. I think I'm going to have JT above him. I don't know if I'll have JSN. I think I'll definitely have JT. I think it might be a Monra who I have above him. He was good. They didn't add a receiver, but they kept adding tight ends. And I just do worry about Puka. You really need Devontae Adams to get injured to close out like he did. Where Monra, it wasn't the Laporta injury. Hugh Heaps and I looked at it. His numbers with and without Laporta were essentially the same. That wasn't the factor there. So, I think Puka and Jason are good, but I think you can make, Amon-Ra, Lamb, and Jefferson all of the same kind of upside cases as well. It's not like Lamb or Amon-Ra have bad quarterbacks or bad throwing offenses, and as much as we dog Kyler, I don't think Kyler is bad for Justin Jefferson. I think he's such a massive upgrade from Wentz and JJ McCarthy. Is a great sign Chicago didn't add a running back to the B room, Monanga 150 touches, hopefully. No, I think Monanga is good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know why Rico would go behind him. I don't know why one or two other, like Pollard should end up going ahead of him. Like these are going to be RB1s on their team, especially Rico, which should be, at least top 15, if not higher offense. I don't see much threat of either of those guys not being the clear RB1s on their team. And even though I think the Bears offense will be better, Monanga would need to consolidate quite a few touchdowns to outproduce, Rico having another 1,200 yard year. And this time, if he's not getting, weirdly benched for, soft bench for Chuba Hubbard. Jim saying I'm liking the round one wide receivers a lot more today. And I think there is something with this, like almost like anchor wide receivers. Not that you can't, start double tapping, but having, because again, if we want the most fantasy points, particularly as teams are starting to run the ball more, we should be drafting running backs. And I think, getting an anchor wide receiver is pretty good because these guys can separate. We'll take another Henry share. I like Chase Brown a lot, but already have Chase. We'll take Henry. So to me, these round one receivers really have the ability to separate. Very few guys in the second round range have that ability to be like a top 5 receiver. Everything goes right for Rashee Rice again. But he has to actually do it over 17 games, which he's just not been able to do. Not always his fault. I guess getting suspended was his fault, but the injury wasn't his fault. But like Nico, I think can. Pickens is a stretch. I think Pickens is still fine at this ADP. I'm not going to be too scared of Dak supporting 2 elite receivers, but yeah, the receivers taken outside the first round are just tough calls to get top 5. Or some running backs probably can do it, particularly a lot of those second rounders. We'll go Nico. Nico actually to me is the one who I think can, particularly if A, he stays healthy, and B, Stroud can stay upright. We got Omega in here. Sup, fam? Good to see you. Shocker from the 112. Love this start. Yeah, no. 112 going double Arizona. Don't think that's the way I'm going to be handling that situation too much. Safe travels to Meg. Yeah. I ranked Amon-Ra, Lamb, Jefferson ahead of JT and CMC because of structure. Again, I think for me, JT is just, Daniel Jones sounds like he should be healthy and ready to go. Similar to the Patrick Mahomes thing, I don't think he's going to be running as much. Probably need to dump off the ball more. They also lose Pittman, didn't really replace Pittman. So that's just more of the offense that needs to go to other places. I mean, Downs is the biggest winner there, but probably everyone benefits, everyone eats. And just with the path that JT was on, and we saw it even the year before, a little bit with Richardson, but mainly with Flacco at the end. Like when you give this guy the ball, dude just dominates. And CMC is kind of the same, of course, but I'm willing to understand the CMC age and usage argument. Not that he's out of the first round, but putting some of those receivers ahead. But JT, even if he finishes RB3, could still have more points than wide receiver 1. It's kind of the way I look at it. But no, I think the first round is, there's no one in the first round I'm going to like full fade. There's nobody I'm probably going to be lower than 4% on. I don't think there's many guys from round 2 that I will be pulling up at this time. A couple of the running backs you can make a case for. But honestly, to me, there is such drop off after those wide receivers. Yeah, that doesn't feel right. Or McBride there. Like, I don't know why you want one Cardinal there. Definitely not both. Is kind of my opinion. So Jim goes Loveland. All right. Well, I talked about it. I want DJ Moore. Obviously not a stack here, but give me as much DJ Moore as I can get. There's a rumor out there that he actually didn't sign the franchise tender. Of course. I mean, if the Cowboys are smart, they would just, pay him and be done with it and say, yeah, that's the investment we're making. You worry about him being a head case, you can always put in some caveats in there to ensure that you're protected. But why mess around? We'll go Monty here. It's got to be at 58. Meg's going to be disappointed and take him. That looks like a great pick now. Not really expecting him back. But not adding competition and building the offensive line seems good. Who I'd see seems to be ranked behind Gentine, Hampton, and Love. I can keep chasing that dragon with CMC, and I'm okay passing now people that have talent and are younger. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep chasing the CMC dragon. He's just the issue that he has is he can dunk on you like very few other people can. And like people all year is like, wow, he's not getting the explosive runs anymore. He's not getting the yards per carry anymore. That did not matter. His volume, his ability is too good. I understand, as without a lot of passing weapons last year, but also the 49ers offense could even be like 49ers offense could be number one in the league. They've just never stayed healthy. They never had all their pieces together. If they actually do, they could be the top offense in the league. And CMC we've seen it just too many times, just counting this guy out. Now, at the same token, we know there's more risk involved. It's one of the riskier picks, but it is the ultimate, high upside play for sure. So I personally, and this is what I just said about the first round, like I don't want to fade any of them. Like I can make a better case that Puka fails than CMC. Why? Because Puka's in rehab right now. I mean, this guy could, fail himself. And I could make a case, was Justin Jefferson because of Kyler getting hurt and having to go back to JJ McCarthy being a big failure, or any number of situations is the way I look at it. But I don't want to be out on any of them, because their upside case of every single one of the first round picks is to be, what we'd call in DFS slate breaking, but best ball, like league breaking. And so to me, I'm not gonna have a big fade on any of these guys. Some I will be underweight on, but I'll be in that 4 to 6% range for that reason. Much better than running back around. So good catch. Seen a lot of back and forth debate on Kyron. So I'll get to this after I make my pick. I don't think I go Chuba. Excuse me. I'm gonna go Tyler Warren here. But again, just Corn behind him. Instead of great offense, red zone work would be so nice. Yeah, I'm big on Kyron. Them not adding another running back, them adding more tight ends. This just shows they're going to be, to me, in 12, 13 personnel quite a bit. That should be better for the running game. Odds are Stafford's not throwing 46 touchdowns again. He throws 40. They could still score as many touchdowns. That offense is still really good. That likely filters to backs. And Kyron should get, there's 6 touchdowns up for a grab. It's probably 4-2. Kyron gets 4. Corum gets 2. So, is it always that simple? Of course not. But I just think let's not overthink it. This offense just looks raring to go. I think it is fairly condensed, and I want as many pieces as possible. Fortunately, now I don't feel good about the tight ends, so I will get it mainly from the running backs and the receivers, and more because of price, more Adams and Kyron. What do you think the green script and pace of the Brissett Cardinals will be like? They lose and seems tank is in as Brissett goes around but doesn't win anything. So I just think there's a lot of different things here now. Yes, last year that was the case. Very much garbage time. Very much Brissett just slinging the ball. It was about 41 times a game, 42 times a game in his 12 starts. And yeah, there's a lot of garbage time. He had 1 win. A lot of times they were getting blown out by 2, 3, 4 scores. The problem is, we don't know it's Jacoby Brissett, especially for the entire season. Right now he's holding out. Are they really going to negotiate a longer-term deal with him? Like, could they just be fine with Minshew and Beck and maybe bring in somebody else? Yeah, they honestly could. And so then we're talking, do we feel as good about Gardner doing the same thing? Do we feel as good about rookie Carson Beck doing the same thing? And even if it's kind of like the Browns last year, where Jacoby Brissett starts and Minshew gets a shot at it, then Carson Beck gets a shot at it, it could just be kind of a mess. And even if Brissett does give us what we saw last year, for how long is that? The other thing is, this is not Jacoby Brissett. We have a long history of Jacoby Brissett starting games. For New England, for Cleveland, for Indy back in the day, a few other stops along the way, started a game for Washington. He's never been a 40 attempt guy. That was such a fluke of a thing. He's not Jameis Winston. He's not Joe Flacco. We know those guys can come in and just rip it. That's never has historically been Jacoby Brissett's game. It was fun to see last year, but I just think that's tougher to imagine that reoccurs. And then even if they are down, last year they had no running game. 0. Connor gets hurt week 3. Benson 1 or 2 weeks later. They missed some other backs missed some time. And so they just weren't running the ball. Now they have, theoretically Connor and Benson back, though maybe one of those gets moved. But Algier, and on top of that, Jeremiah Love. So even if they're down, they're going to be running the ball some. They're just going to run more. Yes, when they're 4 scores down, probably only throwing the ball. But also running back now will be catching some of those passes where last year they really weren't. That's why it's so condensed to McBride and Wilson and little Marv. I just think, and then the final thing is it's a new offense, new system. Wow, love the Shanahan McVay tree, and LaFleur, his brother's done pretty damn well. I just don't know if that fits as well with Jacoby Brissett. I'm just going to be I'm very wary about the Cardinals passing attack. Not to say McBride is a terrible pick, not to say Marv can't, hit value-ish. It's just, boy, it feels thin. It feels very thin to me. So that's my soliloquy about the Cardinals. Romeo Dubs. Actually, I'm going to go Jaden Reed here. I like Packers not doing anything. I do think AJ Brown comes in. I think Dubs is still fine. Pick 95, 94 where I would have taken him, but totally fine there. Pollard went. Good pick. I was looking for Tony Pollard, and of course, Jim got him. Yeah, and this is where I think with Williams, like, I just want to be out on him is my end advice. Like, you can make a case of CMC being 101. Would I do it there? No, but you can make a case. And you can make a case that there's a serious risk factor. If you're doing any sort of volume, have some CMC. So let's take Corm here, or I'm sorry, Dobbins here. I liked Corm as well. I thought either one would have been a fine pick. Dobbins, they did add Jonah Coleman. Not great for Jonah Coleman, and gives them a viable in between tackles runner to Dobbins. I actually think Coleman could steal more work from RJ Harvey a bit, because he's actually pretty good in the passing game. Pretty good blocker, pretty good in the passing game. RJ Harvey's going to have to thread a needle here, in my opinion, because they gave Dobbins real money too, $10 million a year over 2 years. Yeah, I'm fine with Dobbins still in this range. I think honestly the best part about Jonah Coleman is I think it keeps Dobbins in and around pick 100, which to me is a nice value. This guy might be pounding a 40 before every practice, Steve on Puka. Yeah, I mean, it's not just that. It's just like, my point is, there's no perfect prospect. I mean, every guy could get injured, but like, we've seen these off the field stuff with some of these guys, like, tank their upside. Like, we know Antonio Brown was a great receiver. We know Brandon Ayuk could be a really good receiver. These guys, work their way out of being that by, not doing the right thing. Agreed, if you're big on him, I get it. If you want a small fade, I get it. Yeah. I think Puka is out of rehab and attending off-season programs. Yeah, no, I mean, overall, like, it is. It's just for a guy who's had a rough go, like, is he going to take it seriously? And I think it is noteworthy. Seahawks, under no obligation to extend JSN this year, made a big move to do so. Puka's in a contract here, and zero word on them trying to extend Puka. We're live from Mac Jones. I mean, it could be. It really could be. Yeah, I mean, he's out of rehab, but this was like a voluntary rehab. You know what I mean? Like, at any point in time, we'll have to keep track on TikTok and Instagram. Yes, I think he would. Cardinals with the best odds to finish the worst record in the NFL. A guy like Love helps in garbage time with explosive plays on checkdowns. Brissett is fragile, but having those weapons is nice. Yeah. What I'm talking more, like, if we know for sure Jacoby Brissett's starting 17 games, I want some Jacoby Brissett, no question. Okay, quarterback's gotten a little picked over here. Let's just go Malik Willis. I like Baker as well, but Willis I don't need to stack. It's more like one, I don't think we can fully count on that. And it's, are we feeling as good if at the end of the year it's Gardner or Beck for those passing options? That's how I was looking at it. And there's just no way they're throwing the ball 40 times a game. Basically no team does that. And particularly repeatable, it's just unlikely. But I think Jeremiah Love could be getting some big screen work and doing more. Love is actually the Cardinals player I feel the best about. Let's go Chris Rodriguez. back to the board. Two spot building a Goliath with Trevor falling 10 picks past ADP. Yeah, and this is exactly it. Like, and this is like when I have a guy ranked, to me, I'm ranking them based on where I see their potential and value. And some of that can be positional related. And some of it, like, because look, if we're talking raw fantasy points, the top 10 picks should all be running backs, right? Like one receiver, maybe two receivers. Running backs are just safer, have higher upside. We're trying to draft to the flashes and draft to be right. You should draft running back, because if you hit on that, if you're right on that, you're going to win money. Receiver can be a little bit more certain in terms of usually good receivers in bad situations don't fall too far. I mean, Justin Jefferson was kind of an exception to that last year. But it's we just know that year in, year out, multiple running backs end up outproducing the number one receiver, and then usually are just burying the number two receiver and down on. Now, then receiver takes over just because there's more of them. You'll get more 12-point receivers, and there will be 12-point running backs and stuff like that. But at the top end, a guy's having 16 to 20 plus points, points per game. It's going to be running backs who dominate that. I like the Coleman click if he gets cheap. Keon Coleman. And I'm actually fine with you. They didn't add much there. Is he completely off the board until we get more info? I mean, I will have him ranked, but I'll have him ranked much lower. I probably won't be drafting him. Because I don't think, let's say he goes to Washington. Are we going to be taking him? Here's the difference. Brandon Ayuk goes to Washington and Debo goes to, I don't know, pick a team. Honestly, pick any team. Give me Debo. Give me the guy who I know wants to play football and, just has historically been really, really consistent, really good on a point per game basis. Diggs is in the same ballpark as this. And I don't care if it's I don't care if they go to the Rams. I think Debo's a safer bet to return value than Ayuk. We'll go Stroud with Nico. And even Ayuk to Washington, which is everyone's dream landing spot. He's clearly behind Terry. They have Antonio Williams. They have Chig. So, it's not like he has to succeed. And we just haven't seen it from this guy. Even the year that he got injured, he had one big game, very inconsistent, because he was holding out. Just call me crazy. And when he has less financial incentive, because he's not going to sign for some big deal, that he's going to play at a higher level. If he signs with Washington, he'll start drafting him some. But I just think that there's better values down late. We'll do Denzel Boston. I don't want to be out on him. Don't love a lot of Cleveland, but 147 with that touchdown upside. And let's go to the board here. Wait, Love could be more explosive CMC. I wish I could get cliche odds on this Mac Jones thing. Yeah, I don't think the 49ers trade Mac Jones, to be honest. Had they gotten another quarterback, maybe I'd be more in on it. Fancy Dog, 20th leg. appreciate that. If we would love to get more likes, so please, didn't set like a like goal or anything, but if you're watching, please, and if you're watching from somewhere else, jump in, hit the like, and thank you so much, Fantasy Dog, for calling that out. It's us. Yeah, Jacoby feels like an 8% guide for me. Sometimes he's 0, sometimes he sun runs 3 straight 20-point weeks at a cheap cost. Doing what we did with injured Michael Carter. Yeah, though I think part of my thing is that's why he did what he did, is because his RB1 was Michael Carter. His RB1 is James Conner, Trey Benson. Like, they're probably running the ball more. Like, is Jacoby putting up those numbers week in, week out? I'm not just saying that he wouldn't have had 20-point games, but yeah, he was about a 20-point game every week. Is he doing that if he's only throwing the ball 33 times, 34 times, 36 times even? He set a record for number of attempts in a game. Like, that's just not going to happen again. And yes, he's got a more explosive back in Jeremiah Love, and I get the dump offs. Sure. But I'll probably be like a 4% Jacoby Brissett. Maybe more if we get more clarity that he could start all year. I just highly question it. Yeah, I do like the Juwan Jennings. Miami. Oh no, Cam Akers released by Seattle. Halani boys. Man, how soon till Kevin O'Connell picks up Cam Akers again? So I guess this is the thing for me and Ayuk. Like, Jennings, if he goes to Miami, but much better situation. Boston, I hate Cleveland's passing attack, but I am going to trust in his ability to produce. Let's take TJ Hawkinson here. This can be a 2 tight end build. Could have done Schultze, but we'll go 2 tight ends, Warren and Hawkinson. So now focusing on these 3 positions. I'm going to have a tough time taking Jacoby Brissett at 171 until he resigns. Or, because technically right now, Jacoby Brissett and Aaron Rodgers are the exact same thing. Neither one are showing up at their team. And, I think if they both are playing, Aaron Rodgers is clearly the better option. So I'll go Geno. I question all their pass catching moves. That helps Geno. They did draft a quarterback later, so there could be some pressure on Geno at the end of the season. But I think Geno, to me, is probably better than Brissett as well at this point. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. All their prices are wrong. And it's just like the Rams, the Cardinals have not actually said Jacoby Brissett's their starter. So, which is part of the reason why he's holding out, right? So yeah, I think, it was literally one drive time sports radio host saying that Jacoby Brissett's the starter. I'm sure he got it from some source on the team, but it's not like a clear-cut, team thing. And do I think if Jacoby Brissett comes into camp, he's starting week 1? Most likely. I just don't know if he's starting week 8, week 10, week 17, even in that case. Last year contract, why not get a second on Mac Jones? I think the issue is, one, I mean, how many teams are going to offer a second? Like, I don't think the Cardinals are anymore. They just took a high third on Carson Beck, and I think they want to have capital for next year. And 2, from the 49ers perspective, your team is built for the Super Bowl. Mac Jones kept those dreams alive last year. Obviously wasn't able to come to fruition, but they almost had the number 1 seed. because Mac Jones was good enough to handle the time missed for Brock Purdy. And as much as I like Brock Purdy, he has dealt with some injuries. So the other part of it is Kyle Shanahan. Now Mac Jones is the next one. You look at Kyle Shanahan's time in 49ers when Garoppolo, Purdy, or now Mac Jones has started games. His record is insane. When any other quarterbacks, CJ Beathard, Trey Lance, I'm sure I'm missing many of other bad quarterbacks who come in, Nick Mullins and whoever else. They've not been good. They've been really bad. And to me, that's why they keep Mac Jones. So coming up here, 190. I mean, Mitchell, I don't know what to do about Mitchell and Cooper. Calvin Ridley, I think, is fine there. I have my third quarterback. So I'm just running back receiver the rest of this way. Jim Renard is interesting, but I think I go Alvin Kamara, and I think I'll be done at running back then. So I think I just tack on a couple more receivers and be done with this team as well. Running back room, if another running back makes sense, I'll consider it. Where goes Aaron Bernard goes. That's what I was looking for. Let's see, I don't know what to do about Mooney now with Fields. Mooney's a different player, more vertical play, but I worry Mooney is more like the backup insurance for neighbors versus like starting too much opposite him. My guy Surratt, take the shot here. Mitchell and Geno, it's not enough for me to do. I'll take the better offense. I'm not going to worry so much about the stack. I mean, I think Mitchell's fine there, but I'll take the shot on the better offense. Interpret it a holdout as it's because he's a starter but feels underpaid. If it was a real competition, he wouldn't have leverage. He feels he has to sit. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm not faulting him for why he's willing to sit, but I'm saying like I don't know if the Cardinals are going to budge, because to them, does it really matter to the Cardinals? Honestly, does probably in the wrong way. Is if they're 3-14 or 5-12, like. Probably not. I mean, ideally 3-13 get some better draft pick. Like, I just don't know if the Cardinals feel like adding, $4 million to his contract or whatever he's looking for makes sense when you could get essentially the same results with Minshew and Beck. Not the biggest fan of them, but so it's not like Jacoby Brissett has ever shown to be a world beater. I mean, there's a reason why he was on the Progressive backup commercials, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Like he's always been like the league's 33rd to 35th best quarterback. It's just right now he's on a team where that could be number one. So I just don't know if they're going to add more money for that. Minshew hasn't been good since 2020, 6 years ago. They can't turn the keys over to him, right? Well, I mean, Minshew, when the Colts, that Anthony Richardson rookie year, when he took over, actually played pretty well. I mean, they were in the playoff race. I'm not bullish on Minshew, don't get me wrong. But I actually don't know if there's as big of a gap between Minshew and Brissett as people make that out to be. I think people are overhyping what he did because it worked out so well for Trey McBride. And Michael Wilson had some big games as well. Like the underlying numbers for Brissett weren't great, and again, new offense, all these other factors. So let me coming up on this last pick, and just wanted to look it up to confirm, but Jacoby Brissett, 65% completion rate, nothing special, 4.7% touchdown rate. That was lower than Aaron Rodgers last year, 4.8%, and 6.9 yards per attempt. That's a very low number. So not exactly, blowing the doors out the water. In fact, the completion rate and yards per attempt are all kind of in line with what Brissett does. It was just volume based last year. It was not efficiency by any stretch of the imagination. I will take a Chris Brazell 18th round click. 3 rookies at the end here. Let's take some swings at it. Got my core. This is not the most stacked up team. Honestly, I'm not going to care too much about that. I think Chris Bell was off the board. Could have made that case, but anyways, we will look at this in a second. Let me finish catching up on chat. Steve, do you think Treylon Burks has a shot to contribute this year, or too thin, look decent when he was healthy? Yeah, it's just, I think he's best out of the slot, and they just drafted Antonio Williams there. Like, Burks, to me, is not really an outside receiver. That's why he's always miscast in Tennessee. I think he's competing for it a little bit. And, of course, if they get Ayuk, I think he's totally cooked. It's just, he did step in a little at the end of last year, but they were obviously very, very banged up. And, like at the end of last year, like no Luke McCaffrey, no Terry, no some other guys. Now, even De'Ami Brown's back. Like, it's not great beyond Terry and Antonio Williams. So maybe Burks could step up. He looked the best that he honestly has in his NFL career. I just don't know if there's a lot there. Brissett also has ridiculous win-loss games in record in games he started. We don't care about it, but team might care. I think I cooked in that draft. We'll take a look. At least I'll look at the core, since we generally just review our Fanspeak our YouTube members, but do appreciate you jumping in, Jim. Thought you were legally required to double stack at a minimum post-draft. That's what they say. That is what they say. All right, let's look at Jim's team. 2673. Hit a Puka, London, AJ Brown, and Loveland start. Yeah, that's a nice, early heavy receiver build with an elite tight end. But then I will look at my team, and I think Aiden's team were the only YouTube members in this draft. So my team first, 3583 or 82. Didn't get the quarterbacks, wasn't falling the way I wanted. So I take the upside swing with Malik Willis. I mean, Malik Willis could have 1,000 yards rushing this year. Dolphins' offensive line isn't too bad, and they had a blocking tight end. So a few positives there. We'll see. I mean, CJ Stroud, Geno Smith, very thin at quarterback. I need Willis to be good for this to make sense. I need Stroud to be better than expected for this to make sense. Not what I'd call the highest upside quarterback room, or I guess highest quality quarterback room. But, I just need to hope Malik Willis can run like we believe he can. Henry, Monty, Dobbins, Chris Rodriguez, Alvin Kamara, perfectly fine stopping at 5 running backs there. I think all, clear number one, 1-2 combo for Chris Rodriguez, number 2 for Alvin Kamara. I think they all fit, make sense. I mean, this is generally where I want to draft. I want to find surplus value, eventually have it at all 5 of these guys. So I think that can work pretty well. I feel, again, ideally, most of the time, I only need to start 3 receivers. I have Jamar Chase and Nico Collins. Do I need to go 8? Probably not. DJ Moore, Cortland Sutton, very strong top 4. Jaden Reed as well. But, let's have some fun. Let's take some rookies. Boston Surratt, Brazil. I probably only need one of those 3 to hit to have this team have a very, very strong wide receiver room. And if 2 do, then yeah, I'm probably hitting my flex out of this group more. But what I love about this is, Nico, a bit more questionable, but obviously stacked up. But I mean, Chase, Moore, Sutton, Reed, these should all be very good passing offenses, very good offenses in general. Collins is kind of the one that teeters on that. But I expect bigger things there. And then 2 tight ends, Tyler Warren, TJ Hawkinson. To me, very fine stopping at 2 with just those 2 guys. So we'll go to Aiden's team. No, appreciate that, Jim. And yeah, thank you so much for drafting. Always good seeing you in these streets. Aiden's team, 3663, Lamar, Kyler, Aaron Rodgers, like that, early, mid, late. Rodgers as the chaperone here with the 2 big upside swings. And I know people say, like, how often will he play? How often will he hit? It's probably going to be more than you think, Pretty sure, did Lamar outscore him week 1 last year? I actually don't think he did. I think it was like Josh Allen, somebody else, Justin Herbert, Justin Fields, and then Rodgers was like quarterback 4 week 1. So out of the gate. And then, of course, some of those weeks last year where Lamar was hurt, Rodgers was outscoring. But even when healthy, like I don't care what quarterback you are, you're going to have a couple, sub weeks. And we're, just having that higher floor, I think can pay off, push you forward. And we even saw it a couple years ago where Aaron Rodgers was like quarterback 5 in the quarterfinals, 30-point game with the Jets. That pushed Meg's team through. And, like that year, Lamar was like quarterback 2, I think or quarterback 3 that week. It was Allen, Goff, and then I think Lamar. But, it could have easily been Lamar, quarterback 6, quarterback 7. So maybe that's enough to push you through. I like this running back combo quite a bit. Cook, Kyron, Judkins, Rico Dowdle, Keaton Mitchell, and then Ty Johnson for like a handcuff / third down back for Cook. I think Ray Davis is a more direct handcuff, but I like just locking up more of the Bills' rushing upside. We know what that offense can be. Receiver room, Justin Jefferson, Kyler, T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, Josh Downs, Rashid Shaheed, Debo. These 6 wide receiver builds, you done them both times. I think they work. And when you're stopping a Debo, this you even wait a little bit more. I think there's value down the board here, and that's really what you're looking for. Kelsey 131, Gunnar Helm 179, and then Darnell Washington 203. For the stack, but also I think he's a fair 18th round click. Or I guess that was 17th round click, but he's a fine super late tight end. So I think that was it in this draft. Want to appreciate everyone for liking this episode, joining me. I'll be on tonight on Huaim's channel at 8 p.m. So join me there. FK will be on, Lutz as well, and talk ADPs and post-draft landscape. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. I will be back tomorrow at this time, 2 p.m. Drafting as well. Looking forward to seeing you then. And we are just starting this best ball summer. So appreciate everyone for being along for the ride. I will catch you next time. Peace.